Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is James Steiner, and welcome back to Analogue, a hate story. So I just got back from working at the Blizzard convention at the Anaheim Convention Center, and I just want to relax for a little while. I don't want to do a whole episode because I'm really, really tired. I worked a 10-hour shift. I'm exhausted. Anyway, so let's see what's going on. It was in block 1 where we were getting the new juicy stuff. Okay, here we go. I'll be right back. Okay, now that the door is actually closed, let's continue where we left off. Let's just do the threes. Dear Soon-hee, I said in my last letter that I was pregnant, and thanks for the congratulations, but I hope you didn't rush to tell Mom. You'll have to send her the bad news. It was a false alarm, I'm afraid. I bled this month. I hope you're doing better, little sister. Your child is due any day, right? Love, Un-mi. Oh. Yeah, you should finish the rest first. Oh, come on. You can see for yourself how things turned out. I'm already seeing how it's kind of turning out. It's kind of fucked up. Really, really fucked up. Dear Un-mi, I wish I could have written you sooner, but I'm afraid I haven't had the time, what with having a real pregnancy and all to worry about. Ooh, that's cold. My mother-in-law insisted that I take the time to write to my family, though, so I just finished the letter to Mom first. Sorry about your false alarm. I did tell Mom, and she wasn't very happy to hear it. I'm sure you're not really surprised by that, though. The good news, I gave birth 2 weeks ago. Her name is Ji-in, and she is the cutest little child you'll ever see. She reminds me a lot of our little brother, although she has her father's eyes, really. I really wish you could meet her. I just know you'd think she's absolutely adorable. So I'm a mother now. I still can't think of myself that way. It's so weird. Right now, she's just so small she can't even lift her head, but every time I look at her eyes, I wonder how I'm going to be able to raise her. Mother-in-law says I shouldn't worry. It'll come naturally, and she'll be there to help. I guess that's true. I definitely don't know what I'd do without her. At the very least, I sure wouldn't ever get any sleep. It's just scary, you know? Wasn't it just yesterday that we were playing together in our father's house? Now it's been nearly 16 years since I was born. I'm a wife and a mother. How did we get so old? Very archaic as far as the marriage thing is concerned. I mean, it could be worse. I know that's a good age for both of those things, and that it's really disappointing if you're older and haven't managed that. That's so wrong. And this is supposedly the future. Ugh. I have it good. It's just odd to think about it, but I'm not complaining, and oh, when you're a mother, you'll understand why, big sister. I just love her so much. She means everything to me. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. I think Ji-in is crying to be fed now, and mother-in-law can't help with that, so I'll leave it there. Take care, sister. Love, Soon-hee. Okay. You still won't... Okay. In that case, I think I will finish it. There's just 2 more left. What happens? Dear Soon-hee, well, maybe you could use a little more caution in what you send to Mom, because it's not like you don't know how annoyed she can get, especially at me. There's a reason you're the only one she still actually talks to. I'm trying, you know, but I can only do so much. Congratulations on your daughter. I'm really excited to hear about it. Yeah, it's a shame that I can't see her. She sounds wonderful. Dear Un-mi, how long it's been since we last wrote each other. It feels like it's been forever. I wish you wouldn't be such a stranger. I have a 2-year-old son now. His name is Tae-hyun, and he takes after his father in a lot of ways. He's just started to learn to talk now, much earlier than Ji-in did. No surprise, but Ji-in is a real sweetheart. She's what reminded me of you. The two of them had fought, so I was scolding her. I told her that I was disappointed, that I expected better from her as an older sister. I gave her the whole filial responsibility speech, you know, the one that Mom always used to give. It's funny, I hated that so much as a kid. I promised myself I'd never guilt my own children that way. Now I just think to myself, well, it worked, didn't it? Anyway, she asked me what it meant to be an older sister. I had trouble with that one. Finally, I said, it means you should be a good role model. Teach your little brother what it means to be responsible by example. Show him. That was a good enough answer for her, but I thought about it, and it's not a good enough answer for me. Not at all. It's you that I've been thinking of, and, you know, I turned out okay. I wish I could take back what I said and tell Gian that I'm going to tell you. You don't have to be perfect. You're not a good role model, but that's fine. I love you anyway, big sister, and I always will. Even if everyone is disappointed in you, even if you're not really family anymore, as far as I'm concerned, you're still my big sister. You don't have to be perfect. I love you, period. Please write back, sister, even if you don't have good news to report. I just want to hear how you are. Love, Soon Hee. Okay. Now will you tell me the big reveal? There's one more that you and me never sent. I'm going to warn you though, it's really intense. Are you sure you want to read it? Give it to me. Very well, there you are. It's been added. Don't say I didn't warn you though. Unsent letter. Dear Soon-hee, you know what? Fine, I'll tell you the truth. The false alarm? It wasn't a false alarm. I didn't lie about the bleeding, that was true. But I really was pregnant at the time, more than I let on in my letter. As in morning sickness, giant belly, you could see it. I was really pregnant and bleeding. Oh. My husband brought in the doctor immediately, who asked me all sorts of questions about everything. I was fine, perfect, healthy, no injuries, I told him. So he pulled out his instrument and started listening for my son's heartbeat, and listened, and listened, and listened. It felt like forever that he kept trying, and I couldn't understand why he couldn't find something I knew just had to be there. The obvious never occurred to me. He had to explain it. I'm sorry, the doctor said. There's no heartbeat. The fetus is dead. He couldn't do anything about it. It took a week for the actual miscarriage to happen. It was the worst week of my life. It was hellish. You've had 2 children, I'm sure you know what wonderful feeling you get when you realize you're with child, that you know that you're going to have a baby and can feel him inside you and imagine what he's going to look like and what he'll grow up to be, and that right now he's depending on you more than he ever will to keep him safe. You know the feeling, I'm sure. Just the day before, I had been so happy I was going to finally have a child. After I found out, I could still feel him, dead, but still inside me, sloshing around. The day before, I thought I was filled with beautiful life, but I was actually filled with death. I would have no son. What I was carrying was just a corpse weighing me down. I thought I'd feel better once I expelled it, but then I saw it. This awful, bloody mess that should have been a son. It was awful. So awful. After I saw it, my husband had to force me to wash myself, because all I wanted to do was crawl into my bed and die. I didn't get out of bed for a whole month after that, save for a brief hour, so I could write to you and tell you that I was pregnant. Eventually, I recovered. I realized it wasn't really my fault. Eventually, we started trying again. After all, what you, Mom, and Mother-in-law have all been implying is right. I'd be a lousy wife if, after 8 years of marriage, I still hadn't had a child, so we tried, and I did eventually get pregnant. Then it happened again. That was half a year ago. You're right, I'm not perfect. I'm as broken as it gets. The one most important thing in the world for a woman to do, and I can't. You've been pregnant twice, and you now have 2 wonderful children that you love. I've been pregnant twice, and all that's happened is I've killed them both. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why. The doctor says I didn't do anything wrong, but clearly I can't bring life into this world. The only thing I can bring is death, little sister. Oh. Today, I overheard my husband talking to my mother-in-law about considering taking on a second wife to actually give him a child. He sounded really disappointed in me. I don't know what to do. Kill myself, maybe, since killing seems to be all I can do. It'd be better for everyone. It'd be easier on my husband, and you wouldn't have to worry about me being a disappointment at least. It's the only thing I can think of. What else could I possibly do? You and me. I don't know about you, but I had a really hard time reading that the first time. Can you imagine that? Yes? Sorry about that. It's even as if I knew her. I didn't even know either existed when I was alive. I mean, sure, their mother mentioned that she'd had daughters before, in a sort of abstract way, but she never told me so much as their names, let alone, well, anything. Anyway, none of that was my original point. My point was, now do you see what I mean? When Mute talks about a happy marriage, that's what she's talking about. It's not as if I'm the only woman to have a horrible marriage. It wasn't my fault. That's just what happens. That's normal. You got something else to say? No, you don't. I've just realized that Mute has been offline this whole bloody time and I haven't done anything to her, and she might possibly be corrupted. But quite honestly, I don't care, because thus far, it seems like no one's giving me the whole story. How the hell can I do a salvage operation if none of the AI give me the whole goddamn story? That's the most infuriating part. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to click that like button, share, favorite, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.